All right, we are live now, and good evening, everyone. Good evening to our audience and our viewers out there. We are here for our second presentation for the day, and we are going to have Group 12 presenting this very evening. After the Group 38 have presented their own, we are having Group 12 down to do their own presentation. And I have members of Group 12 here with me in the studio. So I will give them the opportunity to introduce themselves so that you know them and the role they are going to play in the presentation. So the members of Group 12, let me allow you to introduce yourself and the role you are playing in the group. Thank you very much. Go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with the arbitrator, the person that is going to play the role of arbitrator. Start from the presentation. From there, you continue like that.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's show. My name is Ikechukwu O Ekuma, and I'm with Lami Ono ADR Maitama Abuja as arbitrator.
Yeah, you are welcome, sir. The next person, the complainant, go ahead,
Hello?
make a
Hello?
introduce yourself.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Chiemeka Evans Adendo from Group
Good
12.
evening.
Okay, I'm the complainant as well as the purchaser. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The defendant, go ahead and make introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Idaka Orlando Michael. Me is Akintunde Bidapo. We are the supplier, the defender.
All right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to read the case here and what the background of the case and the conflicts therein, and then the focus of the case, so that we will see what Group 12 is going to try to resolve here. So I'm going to read the background of the case now, so that we know what is at the stake here now. So it seems my network, my system is misbehaving. So Group 2, you can go ahead with your presentation, please.
Okay, it's all right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers. As rightly said, my name is Chemeka Evans Adindo. I am the Chief Medical Director of Evans Adindo and Sons Hospital, and this is a formal complaint regarding a breach of contract. There was a contract between my hospital and one Ibidapo and Orlando Enterprises Limited for purchase of medical equipment. So we are writing to formally express that Evans Adendo and Hospital and Sons Hospital is writing formally to express our complaint regarding the recent breach of contract rather by Ibidapo and Orlando Enterprises Limited related to the delivery of medical equipment worth 2 billion naira, which was due 6 months ago from the date of the contract. Now, as per our contract agreement dated 24th of March 2024, the timely delivery of these goods were crucial for our operations. Unfortunately, we did not receive the goods as agreed with Ibidapo and options on our. Okay, can you hear me now? Into operational disruptions on our end. Now, this delay by Ibidapo and Orlando Enterprises Limited has not only impacted our ability to serve our customers, but has also caused us a strain on our overall business operations. We have suffered untold reputational damage. Families of our patients who lost their lives because of non-delivery of these medical supplies have dragged us to court and instituted legal actions against our hospital. The court has also summoned us and documents are available for your scrutiny, sir. Now, while we understand that there may be unforeseen circumstances, yes, definitely it can arise. It is also critical to highlight that a lack of official communication surrounding the delay has exacerbated the situation. We expect
Ikechukwu, Mr. Ikechukwu, mute your mic. Chiemeka, unmute your mic and speak. Your mic is muted.
can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Continue.
Okay, so as I was saying, we did not receive any notification from him after the deadline had passed, which undermined our ability to make alternative arrangements. Because had it been that he had communicated us earlier on, we would have gone to source for alternative vendors for this medical supply, knowing fully well the critical effect and impact of the delay in supply to our facility. We would also like to address the supplier's assertion of a force measure defense. Yes, he had also brought that to us. While we acknowledge that such clauses exist to protect parties from liability in certain circumstances, it is also our position that the events leading to this delay were not communicated in a timely manner, nor were adequate steps taken to mitigate the impact on our business. Therefore, we present the following concerns to you for your consideration and resolution to look into the matter. Number one, lack of official communication. As earlier stated, we are not informed about the circumstances leading to delay until after the goods were due. This lack of communication prevented us from taking proactive measures to minimize our losses. It was as if all our eggs were put in this basket, since that's the only vendor we had. However, if he had given us information on time, we would have made an alternative source for another vendor. Number two, mitigation of efforts. It appears that insufficient efforts were made by Orlando and Ibidakwa Enterprises Limited to mitigate the impact of the unforeseen circumstances. We had expected a more proactive approach in seeking alternative solutions or providing updates during the delay. He just kept mute all this while without communicating to us. Number three, impacts on business. The delay has also resulted in financial losses and damage to our reputation, which we believe could have been avoided with better communication and planning. Now, those that have lost their family members, the patient that we've lost, have also dragged us to the social media and are saying all sorts of things concerning our hospital, and that's a damage on a public damage on our image. So our reputation is in question now. Number four, let it be on record too that my facility has paid damages awarded by the law. Remember, I said that most of these family members that lost their patients took us to the court. So we have also paid damages to these families of our deceased patients to the tune worth 200 million naira only. So, and receipts are also available here for your verification, sir. Then finally, it is also on record that to cope with the crisis during the contract breach period, we had to buy some of the critical pieces of equipment from another contractor when we saw that the thing was going out of hand, when we saw that people are critically in need of this, dying. We had to go and look for alternative source and another contractor at the cost of 500 million naira, which is ×2 of what we had already paid Orlando and Ibidakwa Enterprises Limited. Invoices are also here with the receipts and evidences. I will present them for your verification too. It is on this premise that we demand that damages of 5 billion naira be paid to us by these suppliers for all that we have suffered. Given this point, we kindly request a formal response to this complaint, along with an explanation of how you plan to address the situation. We hope to resolve this matter amicably and also to receive compensation as quoted earlier on for the financial losses incurred due to breach of this contract. Thank you for your prompt attention, and we know that we trust your ability and capability to deal with this matter, knowing that you have been doing it beforehand. Thank you so much. This is from Evangeline Hospital and Hospital being the complainant. Thank you.
Thank you for your submission. Please, can we hear the supplier defense, Bidagwans Orlando Enterprises? Please, can we hear you?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Arbitrator. I remain Orlando Michael Idaka, and here with me is my co-partner, Akintunde Ibidakwa of Ibidakwa Orlando Enterprise Limited, supplier. We are writing to present a formal defense regarding the alleged breach of contract related to the contract signed on the 24th of March 2020 between us, Ibidakwa and Orlando Enterprise Limited, and Evans Adindu and Son Hospital, involving the supply of medical equipment valued at 2 billion naira. As we are aware, the delivery of the equipment under the stipulated contract have been delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. We would like to clarify the basis of our defense, emphasizing the applicability of the force majeure clause within the contract, supporting with relevant legal proceedings. On the 27th of April 2020, about 4:00 hour, the container vessel MV Grandi Nigeria conveyed the same consignment as a shipwreck caused by Hurricane Katrina. This is the loss of human life and other the consignment on board, which negatively impacted our ability to deliver the same consignment on time. A pictorial evidence of the same mishap was duly communicated to our buyer, Evans Adindu and Son Hospital. We also have documents confirming that our consignment were on board the same vessel that have the misread. We also took reasonable steps to mitigate the effect of these circumstances, including taking actions to remedy the situation, such as find alternative supplier locally. Despite our best effort, the situation remained beyond our control as a result of the COVID-19 epidemic at that period, which we are all aware that have a great effect on production business, because the policy of the government that brought about low work input, such affect our alternative supply. Okay, first and foremost, we acknowledge the significant impact that the unforeseen delay have caused our esteemed client. Let it be on record that we have been doing business with Evans and Son Hospital for a long time, and we have not had such incident prior to this. However, it's essential to state effectively that the cause of the delay that we could not meet up of this contract was a result of what? The shipwreck that the vessel that was consigning our consignment has on its way down to Nigeria. Okay, as followed in our contract, the first major clauses emphasized stated that either party shall be held liable for any damages or liability in case there's any failure to this contract. But as human, we feel the pains of our buyer, and we try our best possible means to mitigate, to see how we can remedy it. But looking at legal standing, legal view, in a case between Tropical Marine and Aves and C 1992, the court held that the first major clause emphasized that unexpected event presenting the performer of a contractual obligation shall not result in liability for any affected parties. Similarly, Elena of 1980, the court ruled in favor of the defendant, citing a serious storm as a force major event that caused a delay in delivery. This precedent highlights that parties are protected for liability when they can prove that a non-performer is due to unforeseen circumstance, as our pictorial picture evidence that we have show our cost our client, and the only evidence that the consignment in question was on board the same vessel, and our effort also that we reach out to other local manufacturers, but due to the COVID-19 epidemic and government restriction policy, this contract cannot be fulfilled. So with this few little case of ours, we want to say that the first major clause in the contract have taken care of this unforeseen circumstance, because the Hurricane Katrina, it was not a predetermined one, but was an unforeseen circumstance that occurred on its own. So, and looking at Lawrence and AK of 2005, AK recognized that economic downturn can also constitute a fourth major event, because COVID-19 have economic down too on every industry locally in the global world. And as such, it affected our effort to obtain a local manufacturer equipment to meet up this demand from our client. I want to just to stop here so that with the evidence on hand and other documents that we have here, which we are presenting before this committee, so that we can solve this problem amicably, because we as a supplier, we cherish our customer, and because without our customer we cannot exist. Our motto as as a dealer is what? Customer satisfaction and meeting demand at appropriate time. I want to submit here that by the virtue of the clause of force majeure in the clause, we are not liable to pay any liability of unforeseen circumstance, event that is beyond our own control, that we do not, event that occur in the process of the contract. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bidakbo and Orlando Enterprises Limited for your defense. None, as you narrated, we have seen there has been a mutual business between you and Evans Adendo Sons Hospital. Now, the case at hand, which we have submitted to Ikechukwu and Lami Naono ADR Maitama Abuja, is on a case about that a contract was signed for you to deliver, which was not done because of Katrina hurricane, causing financial significant loss to the buyer. And the buyer has written to us as ADR claiming damage of 5 billion naira because of unforeseen circumstances. Here, one, was force majeure. Focus on contract terms, force majeure clause, and calculation of damages. In the course of your defense, and equally from both parties, there are five major points being pointed out here. One, from the supplier, he says force majeure defense, which he argues that delay was caused because of the global circumstances, which was a pandemic that was beyond their control. When Evans and Adendo rejected, said there is a non-acceptance of force majeure. The hospital owner counters that the contract should have been included provision for critical healthcare supplies, mandating alternative supplies and expediting measures to mitigate such delay. Moreover, the force majeure clause in the contract does not explicitly cover this situation. Secondly, Ibidabo on their own mention on the case of manufacturing delay, which equally resulted that, which Evans on their own said it was lack of timely communication and shortage of materials, inadequate inventory, a transportation issue, insufficient mitigation efforts, and pressurized government orders and contractual breach. In parties that the arbitrator decided on these issues to balance interests of both parties, then interpret the force majeure clause, monetary compensation and amicable settlement as
like our arbiter is having network issues, but he will join soon.
challenge and couple with my battery. Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Based on what Ibidapo and Orlando has said, and equally Evans Adendo and Sons Hospital, we as arbitrator has noticed that both parties have been in business for a long while. Despite the 5 points both parties raised as an issue to counter which the Evans and Adendo are saying that they should be compensated, we resolved on this issue so that they could move on along with their business. One, we understand the legitimacy of the force majeure claim, but highlights that does not absorb the supplier of the responsibility to mitigate risk. The hospital's claim of inadequate communication and lack of timely mitigation are valid based on what we have looked in onto. Secondly, the force majeure clause interpretation. The arbitrator points out that the contractor's force majeure clause lacks specificity regarding healthcare emergencies and supply chain distribution. Both parties are advised to renegotiate further contracts to incorporate clearer terms, particularly for high-stake medical supplies. Three, monetary compensation. The supplier is ordered to pay partial compensatory damages to the hospital for financial losses incurred due to the delay, because on the course of defense presentation, Evans and Sons Adendo Hospital said that they have paid another 5 billion naira so that to be able to save their reputation and damages. Based on that, we demand there should be some compensatory percentage for them. However, not full damages are not awarded. We are not giving them full awarded damages. Then, considering the unforeseen circumstances, we are partial
Okay. This one. Mm.
Saike Chuku, we are waiting for you. I think you were trying to read. Please unmute yourself and then um, finish this so that we can go. Saike Chuku, are you there? Unmute yourself and then round up. Please, my time is up here. I'm done with this presentation now. But if we're having network challenges, I will end up the meeting, please. It seems it's not even on, right?
I think it's having network challenges. It's off and on. Um, in conclusion.
All right. So
In conclusion, having going through the two-party presentation, as ADR, we have come to conclude with this. The first, the intervention is whether the form merger defense is valid. If it is upheld, the supplier may be excused from liability and no damage will be awarded. However, if the form merger is defense failed, the supplier will be liable for breach of contract and damages will be calculated based on the buyer financial losses and proven harm to petition. The principle of compensation should guide the damages award, ensuring that the buyer is made whole for their losses. Now, there was a breach of contract by the defense. The force majeure defense proved beyond reasonable doubt. The buyer is therefore awarded a damage of only 700 million, being the proven money spent on procuring equipment from another contractor, and the damages paid to the family of the deceased patient. I think with this resolution, the both party, the supplier and the buyer, are okay with this. So, Mr. Supplier, are you okay with the resolution of this committee in respect to the damage awarded to you? Bidako, are you okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I have no problem with that. But I also want the commission to notice that, to notice something that if my client is asking me for damages, I think uh, with the so we've been doing business together for a long time. He also need to consider my own side because what really caused this issue was a natural disaster, not caused directly by me. If the commission asks me to pay some damages, I think I'm okay. No problem. I'm okay.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, Mr. Evans, are you okay with the resolution so far? Yes, I'm okay. I will accept the losses based on term of having mutual agreement of business partner, because the event that occurred to their supply was unforeseen circumstance. As a committee, I resolved that I should pay a damage of 7 million naira. It's okay. I can make use of that to meet up the amount. So as long as we can maintain a business partner, it's something good. I accept the 700 million naira damages awarded for my favor. Thank you. So will you sign the agreement sheet so that we can effect this?
Uh, All right. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, sir.
Signing done.
Okay, you're welcome.
it's all right, Group 12. Thank you for your presentation. We appreciate you. It's very unfortunate that network did not allow us to finish what we would have considered to be one of the best presentations. Very unfortunate, anyway. But the good thing about it is that at least people know what is expected of you to do in a situation like this as an arbitrator, how arbitration is all about. So if we're doing well until the network strike or stroke. Uh, but nevertheless, we'll score you. We'll score you well. You did well. Because the network did not allow us to finish the presentation the way it's supposed to be concluded. But we are going to score you anyway. So you will see your score in our group chat. Thank you for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Hope to see you in the exam soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So good night.
Good night, sir.
Well done, sir.